Psychopathy. Underneath the mask. Although the media depicts psychopaths, who are the true psychopaths that live among us? According to Hare, 1993, Gacy, McDonald, Downs, and Bundy meet the PCLR criteria for psychopathy.
Construct characterized by a cluster of characteristics and features. And the cluster would include interpersonal characteristics, how we deal with other people, how the individual interacts with somebody else, affective characteristics, feelings, emotions, and other behaviors, including socially deviant behaviors.
But now, time for the big question. Should the construct of psychopathy include antisocial behaviors? Academics have struggled to reach an area of consensus. Cook and Michie, 1997, argue that Factor 1 items are the key features of the construct of psychopathy. On the other hand, Hare, 1991, believes that the construct should be inclusive of antisocial behaviors such as poor behavioral controls and juvenile delinquency. However, Cook and Michie's findings suggest that Factor 1 items are more prototypical than Factor 2 items. Cook and Michie, 1997, state, although Factor 2 items may be related to risk factors such as socioeconomic status, Factor 1 items are independent of these variables. The debate continues. Scheme and Cook, 2010, believe there is a heavy reliance on the use of the PCLR as a diagnostic tool. They comment, despite individuals having prominent interpersonal and affective traits, if there is an absence of antisocial behaviors, they may not meet the PCLR threshold. Whereas, Hare and Newman, 2010, argue that Scheme and Cook, 2010, have misinterpreted and reconstructed Hare's work in order to support their hypothesis. Further to this, Hare and Newman state, although the PCLR was developed in forensic settings, this is due to the high prevalence in which psychopathy occurs. However, does not mean criminality is central to the construct. Hare and Newman also comment, Scheme and Cook have neglected to mention the use of the PCLSV developed as a diagnostic tool for non-correctional settings. And finally, Scheme and Cook suggest, when diagnosing psychopathy, clinicians should consider excluding antisocial behaviors, focusing on patterns of contextual interpersonal behaviors occurring historically and currently. Therefore, the questions remain. Should the construct of psychopathy be heavily reliant on the use of the PCLR as a diagnostic tool? And should the construct of psychopathy be inclusive of antisocial behaviors?
When he was swinging in the direction of the keys, firing the gun, he hit my arm. Everybody says you sure were lucky. Well, I don't feel very lucky. I couldn't tie my damn shoes for about 2 months.
The choice is yours.